Hey everyone, it's the 8th of April and today I want to tell you a little personal story. This is probably about as real as it gets. We're back in Lanzarote and there's a couple of reasons for that. I mentioned the date being the 8th of April just to give you a point to jump off from here. But yesterday, the 7th of April, would have been my father's 78th birthday. And I took the day off from posting here on YouTube just to kind of have a day of reflection, really, to kind of think about missing him, missing his birthday, all the things we'd done in the past to celebrate his birthday. And yesterday was just a quiet day. And we're back in Lanzarote, which was an absolutely favourite destination of my father. He started coming here with his long-term partner, Helen. He met Helen not long after Yvonne and I met in 1996. We met in 95, my dad met Helen in 96, and they were together until Helen's passing in 2013. And why that really sticks with me is because when Helen fell unwell, my dad always said that the minute she went in hospital, he kind of knew that she wasn't going to get back out. And I think that trauma really stuck with him. And so last year, when he started to become unwell, I had asked him about going to hospital and he said no. And his simple comment was, if I go in there, I'll die. And he was right. That is exactly what happened. At the point when he went into hospital last year, on the 20th of May, he was alive for 4 more days before he passed away. And I'm immensely grateful that during that time period, my cousin reached out to me and said, your dad's unwell, he's in hospital, I think you need to come home. And the funny part was, my dad knew that 1 week out of the year, I had a few work commitments and a couple of personal things. And I had been going home every 2 weeks. And this was the one period in May that I said to him, I wouldn't be able to make it back. But beyond that, everything would resume as a normal 2-week schedule. And when I got the call from my cousin, she said, your dad's insistent that we don't tell you he's in hospital because he doesn't want you worried. He knows you're busy at work. But we ignored that. My cousin ignored it, gave me the call, and I drove back home. And I got to spend 4 days with him. And I was lucky enough to get my sister back from Ireland and get my brother round the bed, and we had some time to spend with my father before he passed away on the 24th of May. So now comes around to the celebration of a birthday. Well, we're in Lanzarote, which was one of his favourite holiday destinations. He learned to swim here in the ages of 60s. Something that he had gone his entire life avoiding, and then suddenly found himself in a swimming pool learning with some armbands on. So it just goes to show you it's never too late to learn a new skill. He was so chuffed with the fact that he had learned to swim, something that me, my brother and sister had learned from such an early age, but my dad just never got that joy. And so I find myself now here in Lanzarote, and yesterday celebrating that birthday with a bit of just quiet reflection. And, this is a little bit dark at this part, but I think back to last year in that period of a handful of days going from thinking about what the summer might hold, maybe some trips away, to suddenly a very ill man in hospital and then passing away. And you know what sticks with me the most was that it was just mind-blowing to me to go a handful of days dealing with the man that had raised me to suddenly planning his funeral. And that was such a short period, it really caught me off guard. I effectively went from sitting at his bedside to scattering his ashes on my grandparents' grave in East Kilbride, which was his last wishes. And that was all done in the space of 4 weeks. Now, in doing that, I don't know why, but I had the kind of mindset that I kept a tiny little bit of the ash that was left over and I took it home with me to Northampton. And from that, I had a little memento made for me, my dad's sister, my auntie, and also my sister. And for me, it was a ring. This little ring here was made out of titanium and some of my father's ashes. And you might think, oh, that's a bit weird, you've always got your dad's ashes with you, but to me, I find it quite comforting. I don't wear it all the time, just at the right moments, like out for a walk in the sunshine here in your favourite holiday destination. And a few more funnier moments, like growing up, I was a bit of a thrill seeker. I would love rides and roller coasters, and we would occasionally go to Blackpool. And my dad was a hold the jackets and stand and watch kind of a parent. I would be on the ride, looking down, Dad! He'd be standing at the bottom, giving you a wave, like, nope, not getting on that, that's up to you. And I would go off and have the adventure, and wave at my dad. And so, when I had this made last year, the very first thing Yvonne and I did was when we went to Alton Towers, and I made sure he went on every ride that was there. See, you made those roller coasters after all. So, yesterday would have been the 78th birthday, and very sad to miss him on that front. But we're here, somewhere that he loved. Got a little memento with us as well, so that he can kind of enjoy it, and we can go for a walk along the beachfront. So, that is today's video. Short and sweet, just a little trip down memory lane to honour that day of yesterday. So, we'll go and enjoy the rest of the sunshine and take him off on that trip with us. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.